What is time? Well, I've gone over this in other videos, but T equals C. That means time is our true constant. In physics, it's used as a tool to measure wave functions and frequency, right? So that's just as a tool. And I got a new way of conceptualizing for people who don't understand in the philosophical sense, is that time has an infinite velocity and an infinite density. And so you look at a wave there between the two crests, that is our tool for time. But if you shrink in, you zoom in, all curves become a straight line at some point. Doesn't matter how far you zoom in, you can just keep zooming in essentially. So a line that's like this, as you zoom in, it gets bigger. It gets bigger, right? Now let's shrink it back down to where it originally was. And we shrink in again, it's bigger. And then you shrink it down again to where it originally was. And so you can find that constant center, right? You can keep shrinking down infinitely. And thus, time, when it's not used as a tool, all curves and all lines can become straight. That just depends on how far down you go into it to create a straight line. And so what that means is that anywhere in the universe, no matter your velocity, your scale, whether or not you do that with the same thing, and say that you have, I don't know, background radiation from the Big Bang. Those waves are huge, right? They're practically a straight line anyway. If you zoom out far enough, those crests shrink. And so, well, they kind of shrink, but for the sake of it, right? As you zoom out, the smaller the waves, the smaller the crests, those blur and become a straight line. And so no matter how far you zoom out or how far you zoom in, you are experiencing time from here all the way to across the universe. And no matter where you are or what you are, how fast you're moving or how slow you're moving, you're still experiencing time. And that's because you can zoom in on that line, as I said, until you get a straight line, and it's always a straight line. So in all of reality, nothing's straight, everything's curved, which is a funny paradox.